to the end of April review. It's been a really busy week for me. Our daughter turned 12 weeks old this week, and thankfully things are starting to equalize a little bit more. I'm able to have my hands free a little bit more, watch the market more intensely. However, I still cannot do the day trades like I was doing before because that requires much more attention to the computer than I can give right at the moment. I didn't allude to it before, but my daughter, actually both of our daughters have had issues with bovine protein. So I have to be very careful with my diet. If I mistakenly eat something that hurts her, it's 5 to 6 hours of her crying in my arms throughout the day, which is really tough for me, for her, and unfortunately I can't get to the trading like I would love to do. So that's why you've seen me a little bit less active as far as the active trades, but I still watch when I can. But I know that, you know, in life, when life happens, you have to go ahead and maybe step back, take care of what you need to take care of, and then go forward with the trading when you're able to, which is how I came up to my new strategy of where I'm trading options and I'm swing trading them. I've been watching them and learning a lot about them, as well as the volatility of stocks that are optionable and how it all plays out. And I've got a little bit of a strategy, which you can really read about on my blog, cjanetrade.com. And I won't overhash it here on the video, but it's about swing trading some options where I can still make a nice profit. I took a $950 account up to about $1250, so already roughly 30% gains, which isn't too bad for about a week. So it's definitely there, but you know, as always, you have to be able to exit quickly if the option is going against you. So you do have to check in every once in a while, which I do on my phone. And getting to the book, it's been really exciting for the book. I had the cover picked out after about 6 different copies of, 6 different concepts for the front cover, and also finished up round 5 of editing. I received my first copy back from the publisher and just finished that up, shot it off, and 2 more rounds, and it should be available. So we're looking probably still at about end of May to beginning of June for a release. And I'm thinking about doing a book signing here in Montreal. So if you are in the Montreal area, let me know if you are interested. I do need to make sure that there's enough people to come, like maybe 30 people, so that way the bookstore will go ahead and host it. I would love to do book signing and get to chat with each and every one of you and talk more about strategies and trading. Which brings me into the watch list for the week. This past week was great. I was watching Tesoro and PPC this past week. Tesoro was oversold, as well as Expect. They were oversold, and I bought some options when it was nice and low, and it looked like it had hit a low overall on the second day. Before that, I was buying puts on them, meaning that I was expecting it to go further downwards, which it did. And so I was able to capitalize and take roughly 20 to 30% gains on those options, just trading 1 or 2 contracts at first, because I don't want to get too excited and get too big and not be able to tolerate the fluctuations of the price. And PPC is in the breakout mode as well. Also watching OLED and SNCR, which those are 2. OLED looks like it's going to be breaking 100 here, so I am interested in that one as a call. And SNCR looks like it's got a gap fill going on above 1610. Which brings me to the watch list. So I've got a lot of longs and a lot of shorts. I did a little bit more this week. I also have optionable ones versus regular. So if you look at my watch list on Instagram and Twitter, you're going to see the ones that have a star next to them. Those are optionable. I didn't look into the fact whether they're weeklies or monthlies, but you can look into it if you do trade options. That is another resource to see if the momentum continues once the price targets are met, as always on the watch list. So for longs, we have STRT, which has 3 million, and it has a roughly 50% short from Friday, which was only 66,000 traded. And it had a very nice $7 gain to it for 32.25. That's the price target to break to continue upwards. We have TBBK above 675. That one is optionable. SNCR above 1610, that one's optionable. PTSI has only 2 million in the float, and it was 77% short volume float on Friday. If that one breaks above 19, it does look good. Again, it did not have a lot of volume on Friday. However, it was 4 times the regular volume. So if people pick that up on their scanners that has more volume behind it, it could very well run a lot on Monday. AAN, if it breaks above 3610. LXU, if it breaks above 1170. That is optionable. And right now, I would put that as a watch because it could fail on a spike on Monday. The RSI on the daily chart is above 70, so it could have a little bit more momentum for a gap up on Monday and then fail and come back down. AIMC, which is also optionable, it has 63% short volume on Friday, has 28 million in the float. If it breaks above 44.20, it looks like it could go up all the way to 46.90 before it would pull back as a level of resistance. MITK, which you guys have heard me talk about actually all year, it is a good long-term holding. I did get into that back in January at around $6, and now it's up to $8.75. So that's a nice almost 25-30% return on it while just letting it grow. It is as far as a value stock, MITK, for momentum, it looks like if it breaks above 875, it'll go up to 950 resistance and then 10. For a momentum stock, it might pull back, it might still continue up. However, as a value stock, it is one of the only stocks out there that does, as a company, that provides the service of doing the direct deposits from a photograph on your phone. So it could be acquired later on. Just in my opinion, it's a good longer term holding as well. For shorts, we have MTRX. If it continues breaking down, it did have a massive red day on Friday, so it looks like the momentum could continue down before it finds the bottom and bounces. ICE, if it breaks down below 60, it looks like the first level of support is 59.50 and then down to 59. We have PNTR. If it breaks down below 9, then it'll go to 850 and then further down to 780 as a support level. I forgot to tell you, MTRX is also optionable. CTXS is optionable, and if it breaks down below 80, then it looks like it could go to 78.50 and then further down to 76 for support levels before a bounce. We have DD, which is optionable. If it breaks down below 79, it could go to 78 and then 77. It looks like on the chart that it does look like the whole numbers are levels of support for bounces. We have RDN. If it breaks down below 1670, RDN is optionable. If it breaks down below 1670, the levels of support look like 16 and then 1530. And NVDA. NVDA is a pretty volatile stock as far as options and also just trading it in general. And it does look like it is curling down a bit right now. It looks like it's been having some waves, where it curls down, bounces, curls down, bounces, curls down. So it does look like it's in that downward momentum right at the moment. It does have options. It looks like if it breaks 103.50, then it will go down to 100 and then down to 95. As far as resistance, I would look at 105 as a resistance level to the top, and support, like I said, 100 and then down to 95. As always, guys, I love sharing with you. I love hearing feedback and how I can help you in your journey. That's what made me start all of this, was to help people out in their journey by sharing my experiences, because that's what I was looking for when I started. And I really enjoy helping each and every one of you. As always, trade properly with risk management. These are always my opinions. I'm not a certified financial expert. And always carpe profit. Take those profits one at a time. I forgot to mention too, this upcoming week, the website for the book is going to be up at carpeprofit.com, so definitely check it out. More details there, and you can sign up for the pre-order list for deals going into the upcoming sales, which are coming end of May. Thanks, guys. Have a great week ahead.